It's been about 3 years since I've been able to book a holiday due to the pandemic. I know, first world problems, right? However, during this time, I have been able to build up some savings for this specific purpose. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Reese, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing effective ways to both save and budget for a holiday. Getting away is usually one of the more exciting times of someone's year. Having the ability to explore a new location, meet some new people, maybe enjoy your downtime, or even spoil yourself and experience a range of activities can all contribute to the creation of invaluable memories, which is something that I am all about when I go away. But before I hop on a plane, I like to make sure that everything from a financial point of view is covered so that I do not need to worry about my budget blowing out, nor do I need to worry about cutting my trip short because I didn't allow enough money for it. I'm going to break down the categories that you should be thinking about when putting together a holiday budget, but before I do, I wanted to mention that I actually have an Excel spreadsheet which breaks down these holiday expense categories into subtopics, so you can either track your spending when you go away, or you can use it as a breakdown for costs when planning out your holidays. I have left a link down in the description below to where you can download a copy for free, and I've also left a link to the video I made covering the topic, explaining how to use it. So if you were interested in using that resource, feel free, the links are down there. While you're down in the description below as well, now would be a really good time to quickly hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. I really do appreciate the support, and as always, it definitely does not go unnoticed. Okay, so how do you both save and budget for a holiday? Let's begin by going through the budget. The most important thing to do when creating a budget is to understand all of the different expenses you might be faced with leading up to the beginning of the holiday. And then you need to consider what expenses you could be fronted with during the actual holiday itself. And these expenses will fit into two different buckets. The first bucket is the almost guaranteed expenses. These are things like flights, accommodation, insurance, food spending, general transport like Ubers, taxis, maybe just public transport in general. And if you're planning to go overseas, I'm talking about things like a passport and or visa. The second bucket is the might occur expenses, where I'm talking about things like general spending, booking any activities and events on the holiday itself, any type of unexpected medical treatment required on the holiday. If you go somewhere where tipping is a thing, it's something you should be factoring in. Foreign transaction fees, and if you had to park your car at, let's say, the airport while you're away, that's going to cost money. These are things that fall into that might occur expense category. Once you have a list of the expenses which are going to be most likely applicable to your holiday, you should start with the less flexible expenses to get an idea of what it's going to cost you to go from where you are now to your holiday destination and back. The most obvious would be your flights and any mandatory requirements that you need to enter a country, such as a passport or a visa. I suggest scoping out the costs for these, and if they fit within your budget, to start booking and organizing them first. From there, you should have a pretty rough idea of how much money you'll have left over within your budget, and can then start making decisions about things like accommodation and the more flexible options like the activities that you're potentially going to do whilst you're on your holiday. This is the best approach because it puts the most important expenses first and then allows you to play with the remaining money within your budget for the more malleable expenses. Now let's move on to saving for a holiday. To save for a holiday, I like to save well in advance. I hate the idea of saving for a specific holiday where once I hit my goal, I end up spending every dollar available in the account. In my own personal situation, I put away 10% of my take-home pay every single payday into a specific bank account, which is solely purposed where that money, 100% of the money that goes into that account goes towards holidays. By doing this consistently, I'm able to work out roughly how much money I'll have access to each year, and then I plan my holidays out around that figure. If I get paid any bonuses from my work or get any cash gifts for things like my birthday or Christmas, I also take 10% of those figures out and put them into that account. In my honest opinion, this is the best way to save for a holiday. It gives me flexibility surrounding how I book my holidays. I'm able with this budget to book 3 small holidays per year, or I'm able to go on 1 big holiday per year, which I find myself to be very fortunate to be in a position to do that, but I do believe it's because of the systems that I have put in place throughout the past number of years of my life, and it seems to be working really well for me. And specifically focusing on the money aspect of it, I have this flexibility because I consistently build up that account over time. I am in the routine of taking that 10% every time I'm paid, even if I don't go on a holiday for, let's say, 3 years, because it's been about 3 years since I've booked one, that money has just consistently piled up, waiting for the day that it can be spent on that specific purpose, which gives me a lot of control when planning ahead because I'm able to accurately project how much money I'm going to have available to me at any given time throughout the year. I also like this method of saving for this particular purpose a lot because it makes me feel way less guilty when I spend from that account. I have a mortgage, I have obligations that I need to pay for, things to keep my daily life running, and going on a holiday can sometimes sound a bit selfish. It might make someone feel a little bit guilty if they're spending money that could be purposed for something more important, but for having the consistency and specific ability to save small amounts of my take-home pay every single time I'm paid to build up to a large sum that allows me to do this, I definitely feel way less guilty about the way I've gone about spending this money because it's been earned over a period of time. I'm not pulling money from my mortgage account. I'm not pulling money from my bills account or my emergency fund. I've actually taken the time to put the money away, and this is the reward I get in return for doing that hard work. Now, just quickly, as a bonus to today's video, I wanted to go over a few additional things to look out for when planning and budgeting a holiday. Number one, if you are a member of any type of frequent flyer program and have accumulated significant points, you should always be double checking if there are any hot deals available depending on where you're wanting to go within the world. Using me as the example, I was actually able to capitalize on doing exactly this for my most recent holiday. I booked my flight using solely points, and I was able to get a 30% increase in value of my points if I booked accommodation with points. And funnily enough, where I was going and where I wanted to stay at this location had a deal, which gave me this bonus where I got my accommodation, flight, and transport to and from the resort that I'm staying at down from $7,000 is what it was going to cost me, all the way down to just under $3,000. So I saved $4,000, which made this deal, made the holiday all that much sweeter. Number two is to look online for any type of discount codes, coupon codes, reduced prices, anything that is going to reduce the cost of booking something. Using me as the example again, I booked a ski trip for 24 people, 2 12-man rooms. Don't know why I'm doing this. 2 12-man rooms, which was going to cost approximately $12,000 to book it all, which between 24 people, it's not as expensive as it seems. However, I spent 15 minutes looking online for any type of discounts, found a code, applied it at checkout, and got a 25% discount like that. I hate clicking in videos, but like that. I saved $3,000 for a 15-minute Google search. It's so simple. It's something that a lot of people don't do when they book holidays online. I highly encourage you to do this when looking to book a holiday, especially if you can just type in the name of wherever it is, followed by discount code. Generally, if there's something on offer, it's going to be there. It's going to pop up and you're going to be saving money for doing literally nothing. And finally, if you have a credit card that offers rewards for spending, make sure you're paying for basically everything for the holiday that doesn't incur a surcharge to maximize your points earned. This isn't just applicable to paying for things for a holiday, it's just in general terms. Anything that you can put on that credit card to earn points, as long as you're not paying a fortune for the credit card, as long as you're not incurring fees for spending with that credit card, maximize the points generation by putting everything on it and then pay your credit card off immediately. I've been doing this for the better half of 5 years now. I've accumulated almost 500,000 points, and I've basically not paid for a lot of the things that people pay for when they go on holidays, such as flights and accommodation. I've got it reduced significantly, if not for free, every single time for the last 5 years, and it's something that most people have access to. Capitalize on it. The point overall is to maximize rewards and discounts when planning a holiday. Don't be lazy, do the work, and save money in the process. To wrap up today's video, I would like to just quickly put some emphasis on tracking your holiday expenses. I have found it very beneficial to look back on what each holiday I've gone on has cost me, how the expense categories have been broken down, so that when I'm planning a new holiday or another holiday, I have something as a reference or as a guide as to what I might expect to be paying when I go to book that holiday. It's a really good way to understand what I might be in for. This topic will be applicable to most people. The ones who are smart with their money when planning out holidays are the ones who follow the guidelines that I hope I have kind of just covered in today's video. And with that being said, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I hope that today's video was insightful. I hope you learned something. I hope I made you think. And if I did, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button and turn on bell notifications down below to show me that I was helpful. With that being said, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good week. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.